Yo, what's going on, guys? And welcome back. Get your picks for today. But real quick, let's recap yesterday. So 4-1 yesterday. Pretty damn solid day. Not too mad at those official picks. A couple of our feels were not too accurate, but that's okay. So as far as our picks for yesterday, what hit? So we had dun 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 dun. We took Trey Murphy's over 21.5. Balled out yesterday. Shout out to Trey Murphy. Felt like it was coming. Had a horrible 4 games in a row, so shout out to Trey Murphy for covering that line for us. Then we had LaMelo at over 19.5. I just felt like LaMelo was going to have a good game based on the stats. I felt like Brandon Miller was going to take a small step back, potentially. I did like that over. I didn't end up taking it as a pick yesterday, but we rocked with the LaMelo over, so shout out to LaMelo. On top of that Pacers game, we took the Pascal over. A little rocky in the first half. I think he only had 7, but way to close that line for us and finish out the second half strong. Also a solid little game against the Rockets without Kevin Durant. We also did take, wasn't an official pick, but we did like the Andrew Nembhard over. Started off the first quarter strong. Didn't really shoot the ball the entire rest of the game, so that's okay. But 3-0 there for official picks. Where we missed it was Embiid's over. You guys know how I feel about Embiid. I have a very love and hate, hit or miss relationship with that man and his knees. He was all over the floor last night. And by all over the floor, I mean on the ground. But it's okay. I like Joel Embiid. He burned me a couple times by taking the under. He came in clutch for me last week with the over. And he did not come in clutch last night. But that's okay. 3-1 up to that point. And the other pick, the other official, was Jared McCain's over 5.5. Took 2 shots, made them both, 2 threes, 6 points, cash. So 4-1 yesterday. Happy day. Not a bad pick. Not a bad day whatsoever. So let's get into it today. Also yesterday, I didn't like that slate of games too much. And even today's, I'm struggling just a little bit with some of my matchups, some of the predictions. But here's what we're rocking with. So, first game, Denver and Detroit. A couple things about this game. One, Jokic coming back from that return recently. I'm not taking this as an official, but I like that underline. I'm not going to lie. Hasn't played it for over a month. Shot the ball pretty well last game, 6 for 9. So great percentage. Jokic is a great scorer, and he's extremely efficient. For me right now, it's going to be about how many shots is he going to get. How many shots off is he going to get? How many looks is he going to get? I feel like Jokic is going to want to facilitate potentially a little more. So I'm more leaning towards that assist line, but I'm liking that Jokic under if you were going to take it. So I would not be mad at you if you like that Jokic under. On top of that for this game, let's see. Cade Cunningham. I like Cade Cunningham a lot, but he just seems to not want to play consistently every night. And what I mean by that is, like, since his injury, right? We have the injury, took the 10-day break, 4 bad games in a row. Really, he's hit 3 out of his last 5. But it's the disparity between shots. 29, 13 for 22, 9 for 17, 8 for 22, 11 for 19. And then you have a game like last night where, yeah, against a horrible team in the Nets. And sorry, not last night, 2 nights ago. They won by 53, but he only took 11 shots. So I always just get a little concerned with how much is Cade Cunningham actually going to shoot the ball. Tonight's a great night for him, though, to get into the paint, obviously. Even though the Nuggets in particular, Jokic is back. Even the Nuggets have a good paint defense. I just like Cade Cunningham to get into the paint. On top of that, I'm really liking Jalen Duren. Jalen Duren's just playing so well recently. Almost a guaranteed lock if you've pretty much taken that over the last few weeks. So I'm really liking that Jalen Duren over. I think against the Jokic, yeah, Jokic is a decent defender, big guy, big body down there, but I don't see him being able to keep up with a Jalen Duren, a fresh all-star Jalen Duren. So I'm liking that Jalen Duren over as well. But no official pick for this game. Kind of a lot of feels. All right, let's go to Utah, Indiana. I'm not betting anything on this game personally. No Keontae, so I don't like that. I personally have never bet on Lauri Markkanen. So I'm not going to. I was like, anytime Keontae's out, Keontae is my big pick for this team. Anytime, and Ace Bailey. I do like Ace Bailey's rebound sometimes. Like, dang. I do like that line, so I would not be mad if you were going to take him at over 4 boards, especially because he gets the chances too. Like, he has all the chances to grab these boards. It's just, does he grab the boards or not? You know what? I think we're going to make that Ace Bailey over 3.5 an official pick today. That's what we're going to do. First official pick, we're taking Ace Bailey over 4 rebounds. On top of that, let's just give you guys the good picks, and then we'll go through these. Brooklyn, Los Angeles. So for the Brooklyn game, Michael Porter Jr., I love this line at 24.5. I like when his line's kind of low like that. Only one game you can see in the last 20 where he was above or like close to it. Still covered that closing line at 24. So I really do like this, especially against the Lakers. Good matchup, poor perimeter defense. I can see Michael Porter Jr. absolutely balling out tonight. Catch and shoot. Really, truly, however he wants. And then he can attack the paint, get in there. He's got great size against somebody like Aiden. You guys know how I feel about Aiden. But I think Michael Porter Jr. is going to do well tonight, so we're absolutely taking Michael Porter Jr.'s over. Now, what's my one hesitation? What is that, a 5-6 day break? Since he's played in the game, so hey, potentially something there, but Michael Porter Jr. I feel like is just always going to shoot that rock, no matter what. He'll get his shots up no matter what. So I see him absolutely doing well tonight. So we're taking the Michael Porter Jr. over, the Ace Bailey over at 3.5 rebounds. Now let's go down to the Dallas game. 1 and 2 picks for you. I'm taking the Cooper Flag over today. Cooper Flag's been extremely 50-50 for me throughout the year as far as betting goes. But I think 49-34, I think his usage is up, points are up, shots are up. I think it's just time that the Mavs are kind of really pushing him, and in particular Najee Marshall. I actually like Najee as well. I'm rocking with the Cooper Flag over, but if you were going to take the Najee Marshall over as well, or even a 15 points, I do like that line. Not mad at it. Najee Marshall's got the green light, phenomenal shooting floaters. He's been playing a little bit of point guard as well recently, but I do like his ability to score. He's a great little spot up corner 3-point shooter as well. So either one of those I would like, but officially today we're taking the Cooper Flag over. As far as the Celtics are a little hit or miss to bet on. I don't like Jaylen Brown's 30-point line. I just don't. I know that, yes, has he hit a decent amount of these games at 30 points? Of course he has. About 50% of them. Even a little bit more, actually, if you take the whole year into account. But the issue for me is this last 10, 20 games. I just don't have the confidence that Jaylen Brown's going to honestly get there for some reason. I'm just not feeling it. I've taken that under the last couple times against him. It's worked out pretty well for me. But I'm not touching the Celtics on this game. I find them too hard to bet on sometimes. I do always like Anthony Simons over. I always feel like or not always. I feel like recently they've been looking to trade him. So that's why his usage and shots and everything's been up a little bit. But yeah, so we're going to leave the Celtics game alone. But for our last picks today, let's get into it. Last one, we're going to Phoenix, Portland. We're going to take Dillon Brooks over. 22.5. I like that line a lot. He absolutely clusters around like 18 to 20, but with D-Book still out, covers that line quite a bit. Even this last game, 22 points off 7 to 20 shooting. Man can shoot. He's got a good shot. He's good at getting into the paint. He started to develop this little turnaround fadeaway as well. I just see Dillon Brooks, especially a team like Portland, I see him kind of getting what he wants, honestly. So I think we're absolutely taking that 22.5 over line. So what are the 4 picks for today? We're taking Dillon Brooks over. We're taking Ace Bailey's over for rebounds. We're taking MPJ's over for points. And we're taking Cooper Flag's over for points. So a lot of offense to be scored today based on our picks, but I do have some faith in them. We went 4-1 yesterday. We had a solid-ass weekend. Like, it's been doing pretty well recently. So no complaints whatsoever right there. But let's get into a couple other thoughts, a couple other picks. So let's see. Atlanta. Actually, let's go to the New York game first. The New York game. Oh my goodness. You guys know I always like Alexandre Sarr. I love Alex Sarr. Just a little bit of bias on my part personally, but I do like him, and I always like that rebound line. 6.5, my man, 7 feet tall. Get some boards against Karl Anthony Towns, who literally just picks and chooses when he wants to play basketball. I like that matchup. But now Cat sometimes really will give you 20 rebounds. Look at this. 22, 20, 13, 100% effort right there. And even in these blowouts, look at those rebounds. So to me, do I really think that Alex Sarr is going to want to, or do I think that Karl Anthony Towns is going to win this matchup? I don't know. Last time I picked a poor 50-50 center against Sarr, he got wrecked by DeAndre Ayton. So, good feel, but I am liking that over rebounds line. Because similar trends to Cat too. 12, 17. Obviously not in the 20s like Cat, but I think that'll be a good center matchup, honestly. And as far as Knicks as well, Jalen Brunson hasn't been scoring the ball too hot, too consistently recently, especially these last, 7, 8 games? Completely up to you. I'm leaning more towards that under. Look at those points down, especially around this, somewhere in here, they had that team meeting. Ever since that team meeting, you've seen players like OG play out a little better. Cat's been giving more effort. Even Josh Hart's been doing a little bit better. So it would not surprise me to take that under, especially against a trash team like the Wizards, frankly. Where if the Knicks play the level of basketball that they can, it should be a blowout. Let's see, Atlanta, Miami. Atlanta, you guys know I love Jalen Johnson. Jalen Johnson's done me extremely well. I do not like that 24.5 line, though. What in the heck is that? Little high. I like when he kind of floats around that 21.5 range. I'll pretty much take that 21 line almost every time. If he's 20.5, 21.5 all day. And I do not like that 23.5, 24.5. I just don't see it tonight. I'd be leaning more towards Jalen Johnson's under. A little more consistent on the under. I do like Nickeil Alexander-Walker. He just clusters right around that 20-point line, though. It's the only hit or miss thing for me. The nice part is he kind of shoots around the same 13 to 17 shots in these 4 games. So I would hopefully expect him to have a little bit higher percentage instead of 7 to 17. I'd hope him tonight to be, honestly, like an 8 of 14. That's kind of where I see Nickeil Alexander-Walker, like 8 of 14, couple threes, maybe hits the first 2 or 3, get off to a good roll. I could also see CJ playing pretty well. I always like that 18 line. Kind of for the last few years, CJ's always kind of clustered around 15 to 24. Just seems to kind of be his numbers where he lives. But his shots are consistent. He's always going to get those shots up, especially in the role that he's playing right now. He's a very well-paid player as well, so he's going to get those minutes. But I do like CJ's over as well. So if I had to give you some picks, I would take Jalen Johnson's under and then Nickeil Alexander-Walker or CJ's over. But to each their own. Make sure you do your own research as well, guys. Also, let's see. Chicago, Milwaukee. I saw a couple things online. People liking Kuzma's assists in this new role as more of a facilitator. I personally don't like Kyle Kuzma as a basketball player. I don't like his IQ. I don't like his decision making. He's never really done me well ever. So I would stay away from that. Something I do like a little bit, though. Even though Miles Turner had an absolutely horrendous game here, 2 of 8, barely got the ball up. I really do like these Miles Turner points and rebounds at 21.5. Might seem a little high, but I just do like it. I just have this feeling that Miles Turner... Bucks are in a weird place anyways right now, but I do have a feeling Miles Turner, if at the very least, is going to score about 15, 16. So if you want to take a 15 straight bet, go for it. If you want to take that over, I wouldn't be mad at you either for that one. As far as Chicago goes, I like Kobe White for 2 threes. Hasn't been hitting his 20 points very often whatsoever recently, but I do like him to go out there and hit 2 threes, especially look at this. Last 3 games, has not hit 2 threes, or I guess technically hit that line, but 2 for 8, 1 for 5, 0 for 6. Look for Kobe White to have a bounce back game today. Get that rhythm down. Milwaukee is a horrible defensive team against the 3-point line. And interestingly enough, actually, not that trends always matter and defensive rating always matters, because truly it doesn't. It's like if you've played basketball, you know it just doesn't. It really doesn't matter too often. You can play a great interior defense. Doesn't mean that Luka's not going to get to the paint and score majority of his points there. So it's like it's very hard sometimes to gauge. But what's interesting is with Kobe White right here, it almost does seem to kind of trend. The harder team they play, the less he seems to score, but potentially. But anyways, I do like that Kobe White line right there. And on top of that, let's see what else we got for tonight's slate. Orlando OKC, what a banger of a game, but SGA questionable, Chet questionable, Isaiah Hartenstein questionable, Jalen Williams is still out. Interesting game tonight. I don't really like how the Magic have been playing. Banchero's burned me quite a few times recently. God damn it. pisses me off. He's always like right there. It's just like he doesn't want to score anymore. It's such a strange season for Paolo. Such a strange season. Coming off that 29 points a year or a game last year just makes no sense to me. Obviously, Thunder are the best defensive team in the league. So I'm kind of finding this one a little tricky to bet on. Me personally, if I had to give you something, I'm actually liking Desmond Bane's line a little bit. He's just been more consistent, gets his shots up. I could absolutely see him doing well, kind of finding the gaps in the Thunder defense, whether it's on the line, whether it's getting a couple dribbles in, coming off a screen to a wide open shot, wide open pull up. I could see him doing pretty well. But outside of that one, Chet. I can't believe Chet was an all-star. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Did surprise me for sure. I think Chet's good, but like he just doesn't show up against the good teams, like ever. 29 against 76ers without Embiid, 24 against the Hawks, 23 against the Jazz, 28 against the Cavs. The Cavs aren't a great team this year. 25 against the Pacers, 20 against the Pelicans. Like literally the worst teams in the league. It drives me nuts. He plays any semblance of a good team, and he's just not there. So I would not be surprised because I don't think the Magic are a great team this year. And who's their center? Jonathan Isaac? Like who's Wendell? Yeah. No way. No way. So I just don't like it. I think Chet's too hit or miss, and he's just not aggressive enough. Especially when you have someone like SGA2 who can just really truly take over the flow of the game whenever he wants, at will, however he wants. It's a hard game to pick, but yeah, I'm not really liking too many picks in that Orlando game either. Philly and Golden State, obviously your obvious pick. It's going to be Tyrese because no Embiid, no Paul George. So Tyrese Maxey would not be upset if he decided to take that over. Even Kelly Oubre and VJ's lines are up. VJ, my goodness, hasn't hit that line in 7 games straight? And it's not because he's not getting the shots up. That's what's crazy. 11 looks, 1 of 11. Look for VJ to have a decent bounce back game tonight, actually. Maybe not that 16-point line, but I would take that if he can get like a 12 or 14 potentially. But I also do like... Ooh, McCain's not on here. If Jared McCain's playing and that line ends up being at 5.5 again, it's paid me well the last 3 or 4 times. I really like that line as well. I would look at the Jared McCain line. Also like Pod's assists, no Jimmy Butler, no Steph Curry. More of a facilitator here, especially in that new role since Jimmy's been injured. Assists are up. I do like that 4.5 line. That's kind of what we're leaning towards. So those are the big picks for today. I already gave you the 4 big picks. Here's some of the feels. Last real feel that I have would be in the Suns and Blazers game. With how absolutely abysmal the Blazers are in the post, I could absolutely see Mark Williams playing well. Let's take these out. Because anytime he plays a good paint defense, 7, 6, even these 4, 6, and 11, 5, 8. Whereas when he does play a bottom of the league defense in the paint, he seems to be playing pretty well. So I would absolutely look for him to get involved in the pick and rolls. Brooks, Allen, even Colin Gillespie to come off those screens, mainly Allen and Brooks, and for to have that dunk down pass wide open. So I just think that we would stretch out the Blazers enough to get Mark Williams involved. And the thing is, it's also the one thing that does suck a little bit with Mark Williams is it's directly correlated to his field goals, because in any of these games where he crosses that line, he absolutely shoots the ball a little bit more. And mainly when I say shoots the ball, they're more like layups and dunks at the rim. But 9 of 13, 8 of 13. Oh, that one got to the line a ton. 5 of 6 got to the line as well, 5 of 8. So if he's aggressive and can get to the line, we'll cross that line. Or if he genuinely just puts up about 10 shots, we'll get that line. So I'm liking the Mark Williams over as well. Even if you're not comfortable with the 12.5, you could always take a 10 plus. I'd be pretty dang confident with that happening. But those are the big picks today, guys. It's kind of your walkthrough of the games. I mean, man, we had a great yesterday, 4-1. Got 4 picks for you today. See what we can do to try and hopefully get the sweep. I haven't had a sweep yet, so I would absolutely love to get a sweep. But even over the weekend, 9-4, good picks. We've been doing pretty solid, so no complaints. Hope you guys get some extra cash in your pockets. Go kill the game. Have a good one.